I struggled with drug addiction for years. Got addicted, got into the criminal lifestyle, then I got locked up. Hardest point in my entire life. Seeing my mom cry behind the screen. And that's when I decided, you know what, this should probably be my calling and my profession. First month made 10 grand a month, scaled to 50K a month within like 2-3 years.
If you want more out of life, you have to be unwilling to accept less.
If you don't have strong sales skills, stick to organic. If you do have strong sales skills and you have some cash, fucking run ads for sure. If you do, because like you said,
if you could do it yourself, why haven't you done it? Yo, what's going on, boys? We got a banger podcast today. One of the OGs in the space, my man, Erik. And pretty much we're going to be dropping some bombs about online coaching, mindset, strategy. But before we kick it off, Erik, tell them a little bit about your story and how you got involved in online coaching.
Man, it's pretty deep, bro. So actually, long story short, I struggled with drug addiction for years. I used to love motocross, broke both of my legs. And you're a little young for this. I don't mean to speak like that, make me feel old, but there's a nasty pill pandemic where everybody was like dropping like flies. Doctors had me prescribed on hundreds of pills. So anyways, long story short, I got addicted, got into the criminal lifestyle. I was like 26, 27. Then I got locked up. Hardest point in my entire life. Seeing my mom cry behind the screen. I seen that you're like your mama's boy too, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I was locked up for 3 years, but the good thing was I went through, you know, a deep spiritual transformation and also fitness, got deep into that. And that's when I decided, you know what, this should probably be my calling and my profession. So once I got out of the jail, I actually landed a job at the worst place, LA Fitness, and underpaid, overworked, undervalued, like 3 grand a month, total brokey. And long story short, once again, I ended up being one of the top closers in the whole entire Northeast district, high performer, slam dunking deals all day. But they fired me because at that time, I don't know about now, so don't quote me, but at that time, if you wanted to be promoted, they check your background check. They don't check it when you initially get the job, which is super odd. So I'm like, I want the fucking PTD position because you guys got me doing management, hiring, training sales teams, turning around a gym by myself. And that's when I felt manipulated. They're like, oh, you're fired, your criminal background. I'm like, man, you guys had me doing like a 6-figure job for 3 grand per month because that's what like the PTDs get paid is like 5-10 grand-ish. But it was actually the best moment in my life because once I got fired, a mentor cold DM'd me, okay? And he's like, yo, I can teach you how to do X, Y, Z. And this was before entrepreneurship was like popping like it is now. Now like, you know, it's a little bit more known. People are more aware that it is a solution. Like they're more product aware now than they back then. And so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. First month made 10 grand a month, scaled to 50K a month within like 2-3 years. And then I started PT Legends, started coaching other coaches.
Hell yeah. When was it when you first got introduced to like online coaching? What year, I mean?
That was 2019 is when I got fired. I signed up with a guy, B-Mark, and you know, shout out to him, hit my first 10 grand, literally changed my whole entire life. Because as a criminal, you don't really have, you know, too many options really, like because your criminal record, you know? Yeah.
That's really funny. So you were 2019, I was like 2021.
Oh, for real?
And the first person that I heard of doing online coaching was Brandon Carter. You know what I mean? So it's funny because a little bit of a different story. I mean, I worked a 9 to 5 for like 3 days. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this again. But
you said how long?
It was like 3 days, bro.
Oh.
3 days. I always tell people if you want more out of life, you have to be unwilling to accept less.
Yeah.
But I kind of got in the gym as like a passion thing, not really to make money. And I saw guys like David Lade online. I went from skinny to, you know, decent physique. And I started posting before and afters. Like the dream then was to get a sponsorship. Like if you get sponsored by like, you know, Gymshark or Young LA, that's how you made it. And I started getting these sponsorship deals, not from these companies specifically, but then I started seeing like, wait, it's 15% on like a $40 pre-workout and maybe like 3K a month if you're a good influencer. I was like, nah, f that shit. And then I was like, okay, I could sell low ticket stuff. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking high ticket coaching because even in 2021, it wasn't like set in stone. At least I know for people my age, it wasn't set in stone what online coaching was.
Not really.
But I was pushing these PDFs, like I was getting multiple $20 sales a day. I felt like I was balling at the time. And then I see Brandon Carter pop up with like 2 dogs or some shit. He's like, hey, listen, you know, if you want to be an online fitness trainer. I was like, what? I was like, online fitness trainer? I was like, I don't want to coach people. I was like, I feel like that sounds like a lot of work. But then I ended up paying his team. And then they taught me about like high ticket coaching. And I really just combined the strategy I already had with social media, because I already knew how to go viral with just the client acquisition. And then it pretty much popped. I went from 5 to 7K a month to crossing 10K a month. I probably made, I don't know, 200, 300,000 with fitness coaching. And then I started Six Figure Fitness. But it's funny because it's kind of like a passion thing. The reason I have the community now too, I wanted to help people that were in my same boat, and I feel like that's why I love what we do. But yeah, I want to drop some game for the people now. Like, what would you say is the main difference for you between that 0 to 10K a month mark and then 10K to, 6 figures a month?
Oh man, the biggest difference, I mean, for me, honestly, was just launching ads, but also the team, the automations, because when I first started, I was afraid of like the hardcore tech, like go high level. Now I love it. I'm ingrained in it. But at that time, I was avoiding the discomfort of learning that. So I actually scaled to 50K a month, no go high level, just in the trenches, grunt work, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like one setter, just me closing and like one CSM, so to get to 300 grand per month, as soon as I launched ads, it was just everything took off. So I signed up with another mentor. He taught me how to use go high level automations. And those automations are a game changer, because when you get all those leads, you're able to have automated messages. But he also taught me, how to build the CSM team, the back end offers and all that stuff too. So, mentorship once again was the game changer for me, to teach me what I didn't know on how to scale. But ads were a game changer for sure.
Yeah, no, I love ads. I used to be an ads hater. Because I knew how to go viral, and I was like, man, I don't need paid traffic. Like, I know how to get views and this, that. And I had a mentor as well. He was like, Vince, like, we're in the gym. He's like, bro, Vince, what do I need to do to get you to understand? If you put $1 into the vending machine, you're getting 3-4 out. I was like, yeah, but I mean, nah, I'm popping. You know? And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, I do want to scale, because I had plateaued at like just under 100,000 a month. And this is me trying to do everything myself. And I was like, let me test these ads out. The first time I did them, I wasn't successful, because I didn't have the systems, the bang. Like, not a lot of people understand ads is mainly tracking and having the team there to actually hit the leads. But if you don't have that, people are like, well, Vince, they just started. They're like, should I run ads? I'm like, bro, you got to have something set up. But when I did it the second go, it was with Wojo. You know what I mean? I knew I paid his ass 10K a month. I was like, all right, I got to make something shake out of this. And then it kind of popped. So for you, let's talk about before, because I feel like that's where the main viewer is at. What do you feel like are the best strategies for somebody starting out as an online coach that'll help them hit that 10K a month?
If you don't have strong sales skills, stick to organic. If you do have strong sales skills and you have some cash, fucking run ads for sure. If you do, because like you said, leads without a strong sales background is useless. So you got to learn the game of organic, the messaging, like how to actually monetize attention into customers. I mean, your content needs to represent yourself. You need to push out valuable content that actually gets people to trust you, because we're in a trust recession. Me and him, we're talking about that on our podcast, your boy Sai. People are less trustworthy than ever. And so if your content isn't standing out, it's not unique, it's not different, you're just going to be in a sea of sameness, competing with every other online fitness coach. So content, obviously getting a mentor is going to skip the guesswork. Like, if you're a bitch, you're afraid to invest in yourself, you're just dabbling in the game, you got to be all in, bro. It's like either that, or it's going to end up costing you a lot more in trial and error and money as well. So content, having a good conversion system, and having like a good sales coach or mentor to teach you how to turn leads into customers so that you can do high ticket.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. If I were to flow off of that too, I feel like the best thing I found accidentally was I used to post like before and afters. And there's a big difference between having a following and having a brand. When I was posting before and afters, I had a following, but people were kind of like, oh, I've seen you before, but who is this guy?
Right.
I started working backwards. On every single sales call I had for fitness, I'd listen to every single objection somebody would give me, whether it was like, oh, well, I could probably do it for free. Oh, well, I don't have the time. Why would I pay that much? And I worked my content backwards. And I went, I don't want to keep dealing with the same is telling me the same things. I was like, how do I handle objections through my content?
Right.
So I'd take somebody that was like, oh, I could just do it myself, and I'll make a video that was purposefully polarizing. And I go, man, a lot of people come to me like, Vince, I could just do fitness myself, and I could get in shape myself. I could say I could be a billionaire right now, but if I haven't done it, it has no validity. So, if you could do it yourself, why haven't you done it? And I'll have these videos that are purposely to kind of like trigger people, piss people off, but my customers, the ones that are buyers and aren't hating, are actually like, oh shit, he's kind of right.
Yeah.
And I realized like, it's not just sales, because it's very hard on just a 15, 20-minute call to completely rewire somebody's entire brain. But I like to do that over months and months of periods, to where if somebody comes to me and they're new, they're like, oh, I saw you pop up on an ad 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I'm like, But if somebody's like, yo, Vince, I watched you for a few months, like, bro, I'm ready. I understand the game. I'm ready to get in shape. So I guess the dynamic of it was, what I've noticed with the best marketers in the space when I studied them is they're selling their dream customer on why they need to start first before the how. And then that pretty much makes all the difference. So I'd say that's one tip and piece of game that helped me as well. But like, if we were to go to specific strategy, right? Like obviously, if we were to talk about how Alex Hormozi breaks it down, you know, there's organic content, there's warm outreach, there's cold outreach, there's paid traffic. What do you feel like? What do you feel like specifically for you out of those core four, for anybody watching that's starting out, would pretty much help them, or any like sauce, like, I don't know, game they might not hear on a typical reel?
That's a good question. I mean, one thing that works really well for beginners is like the follower funnel, because it's super simple and easy. And so look at your organic content and look at what's performing the best, and then just put $10 behind it and see what it does. We've seen miracles happen. Like people spend like $300 and make 10 grand. Now it's kind of like a unicorn number. It's not always going to happen. But if you can identify what's working organically and then just boost it with $10 a day and pair it with ManyChat now has an automated messenger that messages all your followers. So that's like free money, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like what I think is working best for beginners right now. If you don't want to rely on cold outbound messaging 50 to 100 people, because that's kind of like what I praise is like, hey guys, let's figure out a system that's semi-automated so you're not like stuck in the content hamster wheel. I mean, I can appreciate going viral and shit like that. I see the value in it. However, it's very challenging to go viral, especially with the competitiveness right now. So it's like, if you can just get 1 or 2 good posts that are performing good and then boost that bad boy, like you can have a more automated system. Then you put an appointment setter or a VA and you just close the calls and serve your clients. I think that's probably like I haven't heard anybody talk about the ManyChat pairing it with, you know, the IG follower funnel.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw they released that like 3 days ago. It's like you can reach out to followers. I was trying to add it. I don't know why it didn't let me add it.
So easy.
Yeah.
Literally, like it already has it built out.
Yeah.
You know, and literally the message that you guys can use is, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Are you here for the content / motivation, or do you have some fitness goals?
Yeah. I mean, on top of the follower thing, I feel like one thing that helped me, and I'll shout out B-Mark on this, is the polls, bro.
Oh, the polls are crazy,
Yeah. So, I mean, every single morning I'll wake up, I'll post a poll, and I'll put like, you know, what's your number one goal with X? You know, the different options. I'll have my setters outreach to people. But yeah, on top of that too, I mean, it's funny because there's seasons for sowing and there's seasons for reaping. I feel like social media is very opposite on the back end, because you'd assume the more viral I go, the more conversions I'm gonna have. But what I've noticed is when I'm most viral, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people that are unqualified from different places. Now, when I'm less viral and I'm actually filtering through the people that are qualified and aren't, you know, maybe with more niche specific content like this podcast we're doing right now, that's when the conversions will kind of hit heavy. But it kind of dilutes sometimes, so it's tough to mix the two. But yeah, on top of that, I'd say, I always say there's you know, different types of content, and everybody has different ways of putting this. But you know, there's your top of funnel content that might not get the most quality people, but it's getting eyes. This might be me rage baiting, talking shit, maybe a before and after of fitness or something like that. And then I'll have my middle of funnel is
value based,
breaking limiting beliefs. So before even the value, I want to make sure they have the correct mindset. Because if they're like, you know, if I'm giving them value content around fitness or online coaching, but they just have a weak mindset, they don't want to try anything new, then, you know, I kind of bully them into how they need to think properly. And that kind of goes back to what I told you. I'll take the objections on calls and stuff that I'm hearing. Then I'll have the value stuff like one layer down. And that's, you know, more boring techie stuff. Like, I know I'm going to get 500 likes on those. And for me, a typical post that misses is 2K or some shit. But I know I'm going to get way less likes, but it has a different purpose. And then the CTAs kind of just clean them up. But did you do organic and succeed before ads? Or you know, explain that. Do you think the average person watching this should start with ads right away, or should it be in between? When's the right time to start paid ads?
I think you should master organic first, because what you do with ads is just going to like blow up what you do organically. So if you suck at sales, and I agree with you, like organic is a sale, or your marketing is a sale before the sale. It's higher leverage than sales for sure, because you could be really good at sales, but if your marketing sucks, people are still going to go in there skeptical, giving you 1,000 objections, and it doesn't matter if you're Grant Cardone, you're not going to close them. So if you master organic first, it's like you said, it's a domino effect. People are going through these objection handling content, like that's what I call a domino effect. That's what I learned from Ravi. And we even boost posts like that, so more people, like as soon as someone books a call, we run engagement ads so that they're seeing objection handling content, the domino effect, prior to the call, so they're already sold before the call. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't think you should be running ads unless you have exponential experience with sales. Like we had a client, Alex Stephenson, who brought in $60,000 in cash collected in 3 months with 44 followers, all from paid traffic. He hasn't even gotten one organic client. But prior to that, he had a ton of sales experience, not with fitness, but with doing high ticket sales for some random business. So that's the only time. There's rare exceptions if you're nasty at sales and you have a really good unique niche. But other than that, I think the majority, 99% of people should be hitting organic first. I didn't start running ads until I made 50K a month, just to give you example.
Yeah. Dope. For me, it was like, I don't know, 100K a month before I ran ads. But funniest thing, one thing I'll do too, if we talk about like back end before the call stuff, I used to run automated webinar funnels. And that was how I made my first 6 figures automated. This was before paid ads.
Yeah.
And then I realized, well, the most I can sell on an automated webinar is going to be like 2K if I'm pitching the price there. And after that, conversions are going to fall off. So I was like, how do I implement the nurturing of this video and still do call funnels where I can have a higher ticket price? So what I did was I took the pitch off the end and I just made it, hey guys, thank you for watching. You know, make sure you show up to the call. There's no rebooks. But in that video, it's like a masterpiece using Russell Brunson marketing.
Yeah.
And I go over absolutely everything or every objection somebody could have. You know, I used to think back then, man, I needed a big following to do this. I had 600 followers at the time, but here was how I overcame that mental block.
I see what
you know,
you're saying.
I'll say, you know, I used to think that I needed certifications. When I heard coach, I'm like, well, what do I need? NASM. But I realized that was only for in-person. You know, and then I'll have, you know, I'll teach them on how it's easier to hit these big numbers if you have higher ticket prices. You know, I was selling low ticket before, but when I switched to a 2K price point, that's just 5 people. So I have this masterful video that I'll send them before, and I'll send
video.
that. Yeah. I'll send that in the DMs as kind of like pre-call homework. And these guys are showing up to the call just ready. Like, you know, whether I have an A+ closer or maybe even a C closer.
Right.
If they have a human on the phone, and they've already, you know, we've already broken down those limited beliefs and walls. They're like, hey, Vince, it makes sense. I'm ready to rock. So to prove that this works too, I had my sales team leave 2 months ago. So I went from $700,000 a month to sales team leaving. And I was like, oh shit, I need new people fast. So I got in some new guys, 3 of them.
Yeah.
And we did, you know, probably 15% less because it's a new team.
Yeah.
But we still withheld the same numbers. And these guys were saying like, Vince, how are the leads so fucking nurtured? Like, how do they, I've never seen leads like this in my life. And it's really just the process that you put them down. And this isn't just me. I have to give props to my sales manager. Yeah. Right. I got a guy named Jerry and he works with the back end processes, and that's
dope.
That's a piece of game that helped too for the people that are watching. If you just make like a 30-minute pre-call homework of every limited belief you had, your story, what you were thinking, how you were feeling. An extra game, I mean, the book, I think it's Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, will tell you how to frame that. Just take the pitch off the end, make the slides, make the video, and you're rocking and rolling, bro.
Yeah, that's genius. I love that.
It's pretty dope. But for you, is the majority of your client acquisition cash? Is it mainly funding? Like,
it's a combination of both. You know, when I initially scaled to like 200K a month, it was all cash because Affirm and Klarna weren't really around at that time. And then when I caught on to it, that's what got me to like 300K. It added like an instant 100K.
Yeah.
But right now, I'd say it's like 50-50 probably, maybe a little bit higher on funding like Affirm and Klarna. That's a game changer if you have it, for sure. What about you?
Do you use anything like coach financing or any of that stuff or no?
No, I haven't heard the best things about shit like that.
I mean, I just started testing them, so I was like, is that going to work? Is it not? But, you know, I set that up. I think they partner with something called FlexBuy. Yeah, Pava, I tried that. I don't have that yet, so I haven't really tested it much.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Ease before?
I think I've heard of it, but I haven't implemented it yet.
Ease is decent. I think you if you're in business for like 2+ years, you know, you could see if you get approved for that. That's good as well. And then the rest we just do cash.
Okay.
But funding was also a game changer. I remember when I first found out about like a firm, Klarna, Afterpay, I was like, holy shit. So in these automated webinars that I would run, I actually pitched like a firm, Klarna. I think anything under 2K, I like selling, which is marketing. Yeah. Because I don't know how to explain this. You have to have been in the game for a few years. I don't know. I've been in coaching consulting for maybe 4-5 years maybe. But if somebody's starting with a very small following, you want the efficiency of each lead to be maxed.
Yeah.
But if somebody's starting with a bigger following, you can substitute efficiency for automations because you're not going to build a big ass sales team overnight.
Right.
So if I have somebody who's starting with a very small following, I'm like, let's run everything through DMs. Let's make every sale personal. Let's get everybody on calls. Let's send the pre-call homework and let's just nurture, nurture, nurture. If somebody has, let's just say 100,000 followers off the gate, I'm instantly starting them with webinars or automated webinars.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, we can substitute because we're not going to get a sales team of 10 people in here overnight. And what we'll do is we'll get the traffic through the automated webinars and these 2K sales, and they might hit 50K, 100K a month. But while we're scaling that, we're putting the people in place like the dialers to call people who didn't buy, the DM setters, and then we'll add closers. And as soon as our sales outperforms our marketing alone, then we switch to VSL. It's really cool stuff. Do you feel like you prefer working with beginners in the space or people who already have something going?
I really truly enjoy someone already at 10K a month. I love the transformation of beginners because it's a life-changing thing. But for me, the conversation with someone already at 10 to 30K a month is just more enjoyable at this point.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier, obviously. Your first 6 figures is a bitch, right? 7 figures is easy, bro. It's just like run ads, some automation, like you said, and it's just, click, clack, boom type of thing. Versus a beginner, they're still building the behaviors. They're still building the vision. Some of them might not believe it. They're skeptical in themselves. And so it's a bit more of a twist in their arm, you know what I mean, to get them ingrained into it. But our CS team is like amazing at painting that vision and getting them on point. But I generally just like the conversation about scaling more.
Yeah, for sure. Beginner guys, it's always a mindset thing. I even had to come in here a few times and make like 30-minute mindset videos. I'm just like, hey man, you got this. It's something new. With a new guy, you have to sell them that online business even works.
Right.
That they can sell something maybe more expensive. That they can believe in themselves and follow through. Your teaching consistency. Yeah, guys that are already in the game, it's kind of like, okay, they've made some money before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that success in general is like 95% the mindset of it. So as soon as I implemented that, I guess unhappy customer rate went down, people that are crushing it and happy went up. But I like the beginners. I don't know. There's something about somebody who's never made money that's just like, yo, Vince, bro.
Yeah.
Made my first 10K. It's warming to the heart to hear. But do you normally do just cash deals? Do you ever do like rev share with somebody who's bigger? Or what's your model on that?
Very rarely we partner with guys, but they have to be at least at that 10K a month for us to take like a rev share. But it's not my favorite just because like all the additional tracking and making sure like it's correct and this and that. So more so on the cash deals because I feel like they're incentivized to do right in that situation. I think revenue share probably more so works for guys doing like 100K a month. Someone who's already proven they have like a proven validated offer, a team that maybe just needs some little tweaks here and there, some optimization. But someone at 10K, they still, I don't know, revenue share is still kind of like shaky. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a few times and I think it's good. Yeah. With the right person, like you're saying, if it's the wrong person, it's a lot of work for little reward. If it's the right one though, we've seen a big pop. That was a big part of my business model and it added $250,000 a month.
Okay.
Like 2 months after we started doing it, where I'd just go 50-50, I'd take the business they were already doing, I'd turn them up and a lot of those guys were happy. But then there's the mix of, how do you keep people dependent on you?
Yeah.
Right? Because once they learn all this stuff in the back end systems, they're kind of like, oh, I want to do it myself. So it's a little bit tricky. But if we were to go back to the topic of paid ads, because I feel like it's just such a game changer.
Yeah.
What do you feel like the testing budget, the average starting online coach should have? Is it 2 weeks of a testing budget? How much of a testing budget? Like, what would you recommend for these people?
$1,500 a month is a good starting point. The problem with most fitness coaches is that they go in the game and they think they're going to spend $10 and make $1 million.
Yeah.
And so they don't understand the tracking. They don't understand the KPIs. You have to spend money to make money. I would say 1,500 is a really good budget. However, like I said, if you're under $50, a boosting strategy is going to work fantastic because it's low risk, high reward. You pay less for eyeballs with boosting. It's not a lot of tracking. It's not extensive. So 1,500 a month is a good testing, and you got to go in with the realistic expectations that month one, you're probably only going to break even. Month two, you're going to optimize that. You're going to start narrowing down which ads are working, which ones are not, clip off the losers, keep the ones that are winning going. And in month three, you increase the spend on your winners, and that's when you're really scaling. At least from what I've found, you know, you do get those unicorn number guys like our client Alex, who just like crushed it month one, two, month one, 2 and 3, like right off the gates. But it's kind of like a unicorn thing, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. We have similar viewpoints. I always say, like, start with whatever your ticket price is, right?
Yeah.
If you're selling at 2K, I mean, even if we just do the math on it, let's say you have a 2K offer, and let's say you do a 14-day testing budget. I always think it's good for people to start with. I've never done the follower thing you're talking about. I got to check that out. Yeah. But I did DMs and then funnel. I like DMs first and then funnel second. So if somebody's new, I'll just say, hey, bro, put 2K aside or whatever your ticket price is. And I don't know if we do the math, let's just say 2,000 divided by 14 days, right? 2,000 divided by 14 days. You got like 140, 150 bucks a day. Even if for 14 days, you know, you're DMing all these people that are coming in from the DM ads, and mainly a lot of it is retargeting.
Yeah.
If they're just starting out, even if you got like one client after a week for maybe 2K and then another one that's maybe even a monthly, like you have a return on ad spend. So it's just a lot of people are in this ego game. I feel like the coaching game now, a lot of people are going, well, you don't need teams, you don't need systems, you know, you shouldn't do pay. But I think if you want to scale, it's good to learn this type of stuff for sure. But what do you feel like the biggest misconception about the online coaching space is?
That you need a big following.
Yeah.
That you can't sell high ticket. That nobody will pay $2,000, $3,000. I mean, we have some fitness coaches selling for $10,000 offers. You know, like 6-month, year-long programs. That you can't get clients' results online, which is the most foolish thing ever. What else is there common? I think those are the most common ones that we come across. You know, like how can you get clients' results? Number one. B is like, who the fuck's going to pay $2,000, $3,000? C is like, how can you possibly get as good of results as an in-person trainer? What do you think? Yeah,
same type of thing. And then, I mean, my argument too, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, online or in person, like your in-person trainer is there for the 30 minutes, 45 minutes that you're at the session.
Yeah.
After that, you have no accountability.
Right.
Somebody who's online is literally 24/7 on your ass, and they're just going to care more. But same exact things. But yeah, I'd say overall, I mean, I feel like having the pre-call homework, like I said before, it makes the perfect buyers. And every now and then you'll get some people who are very skeptical. Like I have this saying that I got from Myron Golden, and it pretty much says the people with the least to lose are most afraid of losing it, and the people with the most to lose are least afraid of losing it.
It's true.
So sometimes there'll be these guys that are like, Vince, I'm working at 7-Eleven right now, or like a car wash or a gas station. You know, I don't know if this is going to be the right fit for me and this, that. I'm like, bro, you got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like guys that are entrepreneurial, maybe like us or people you see in the scene, are just like, yo, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, we're making the decision. And then there's another quote to that where what's the exact quote or how they phrase it? I think he said, I'll come back to it. But it's a quote similar to that. And it pretty much says successful people are quick to make decisions and slow to change them, if ever. And unsuccessful people are slow to make decisions and they always change them.
Yeah.
So there's these different correlations, and you have to pick which side of the ladder that you want to be on. But overall, how many people you got in your group?
Right now we have 200.
Dope, bro. And these are like active people.
Yeah, active.
Yeah.
Yeah, we work with 1,300, but
I'm sure you've had way more than that too. Probably similar numbers. I think we have just under 1,000 people in there, 800
total.
And total is probably the same number, 1,000 something. What's your plan to scale?
Honestly, increasing ad spend, right? B is we just started the so I'm late on the webinar thing, I guess. I've never done webinars until recently. And so I'm hoping that that's going to add at least another 100K a month. Also adding that revenue share thing, just getting clients to bigger numbers so we can do revenue shares. And, I think doing like live events is going to be the thing. Like if you notice how Hermosi is doing like a lot of live events through YouTube, like doing a lot of live Facebook things, YouTube. I think that's like the golden thing, because once again, we're in a trust recession. If people gets that live session where they ask you 1 to 2 questions and it's 30 minutes to an hour long, you know, there's just so much trust built there that the sale is going to be easy. I think that's like the next move.
Yeah, I think for sure the way the market is turning, the only way to survive is building a personal brand. And it's not a really pretty answer. Like, of course, these people can make money if they have small followings.
Yeah.
But while you're making money with a small following, you want to reinvest that to grow and become known, because that's the biggest competitive advantage to a trust recession, right?
Yeah.
Somebody that's on the phone with me, even if it is a trust recession, might be like, Vince, I've watched you for like 3 years, bro. You know, I saw the come up, I saw this, I saw that. And it's the same thing for these guys watching. It's like, if you can just get known by any means, maybe it's not even just around fitness alone, but you're just known. People have seen your face, you've been in the market, then it builds a good effect. Because, you know, of course, as you build a brand too, there's positive and then there's negative attention as well. I mean, even with negative attention, I have guys that are like, man, bro, I see these hate videos, but bro, I've watched you for 3 years. It doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. But yeah, with AI too, it's scary as hell.
Yeah.
Because now we're in a time where AI is like replacing jobs. I think Amazon just fired like 30,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So when you hear stuff like that, you know, it's personal brand and it's using AI to your advantage.
Yeah.
And those are the two things that I feel like will last. But it's funny, there's different weapons. I always say, like, if you're playing, I don't know, like Fortnite or some shit, or Call of Duty, you have different guns in your arsenal. Yeah. So like one gun might be a webinar. Yeah. One gun might be a VSL. One might be the DM to call. Yeah. But you got to look at the online coaching game like a game. I feel like so many people get too involved and too stressed, and they're like, oh, is this person going to show up or they're not? And I'm like, yo, chill. Yeah. I'm like, it's just a game. You got to get better at the game over time. And
that's the fun part about it, is it's like a video game. You know, new levels bring on new monsters to slay. Yeah. And that's why I really enjoy the game, is just that growth. It's like, bring on the next challenge, bro, because it's like, I love just getting through that challenge and getting to the next level.
People don't know how impressive it is too to hit. You said 200,000 a month, no funding.
No funding from like somebody else or some shit?
You said like no Affirm, no Klarna.
Oh,
like,
yeah. At that time,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because now in the marketplace, that's like a million. That'd be like $1 million a month, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I be telling my clients, you guys got it good, man. Because when I was doing it, there was no Affirm, no Klarna. It's like cash. Like, and man, when I was closing my own deals, I used to close like 60% paid in fulls, bro. Because like sales is my strong point, to be honest with you, I'd say. Yeah. But man, I wish Affirm and Klarna was around then, because that just makes deals like effortless almost, especially for fitness. $2,000, $3,000 deal, higher approval rates. You know, we have a higher ticket product, so it's going to be a lot more challenging to get people approved, of course.
Bro, it's funny, because when I first heard about Affirm and Klarna, this is like 2 years ago. I wasn't really hip to it, but bro, I went from like 20, 30K a month to like 100K a month. Like, it was fucking nuts. I was like, yo, is this shit real? I was like, yo, is this illegal? I was like, how is somebody paying, I don't know, like $50 monthly and I just got $1,000 or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's nuts. But with webinars, what's your goal with that? Are you doing automated? Are you doing like live webinars? Or
I'm doing a little bit of both, actually. Kind of testing, because I'm still very new to it. I've made some money from it, but nothing impressive, really. I'm still kind of testing it out. Like the ads right now, we're trying to get the cost per lead lower, because the show up rate and everything else is good and the booking rate is good. We're not doing like automated where they pay on it. We're doing it where they book a call at the webinar. So I'm still like a rookie to that, to be honest with you. I was talking to Sai about that, actually, just like optimizing again better. But the first automated one I did was last week, and it worked. I was like, what? I was like so excited. Only one person booked the call, but I was like stoked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, little shit like that gets me excited.
It's dope, bro. It's dope. And there's different tiers to it too. Like, I had this YouTube video from like months and months ago. Yeah. But I tested everything for like 2 years. Okay. If you're going like $0 to $100 price point, you could have a landing page. If you're selling PDFs, bullshit like that. Now, if you're at $100 to $2,000, automated webinars is like a sweet spot. Yeah. Now, after 2,000 plus, like, they need to be face to face with somebody. So it's like, how do we intertwine these weapons? And like with webinar, if you're doing it to book a call now, that's like perfect. That's like, but like you're saying too, I haven't done the 3-day live challenge stuff.
I was just going to bring that up.
I'm seeing that that's like a big thing that people are doing now. And like you said, the amount of trust that's built with it. What was your first introduction to marketing? Was it that cold DM that you got, or?
Yeah, bro. I mean, before that, I was dabbling with online coaching, undercharging at like $100 per client because I had no clue people would pay $2,000. And so once he cold DM'd me, he's like, I can help you make 10K a month. And I was in that position where I spent my last penny on mentorship because I figured, hey, like what's the worst gonna happen? I'm still broke. Like you said, 7-Eleven guy, that was me, but just at LA Fitness. And he's like, yeah, you should be charging at least $1,000. Like, holy shit. And it scared me at the time. I was like, really? And then I got on like 10 sales calls, failed at 9, and then the 10th one closed. And I swore this shit was illegal. I was like, there's no way. And in that moment, my whole life changed. I had that epiphany moment where I'm like, man, someone just paid me $1,000 for a 30-minute phone call that's gonna take me pretty much nothing to create the program. And that was it, bro.
Bro, you're like backtracking, doing the math. I remember I was doing low ticket, same thing. You know, and now I'm swinging 1,000. I was scared shitless, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially, I don't know why. It was the same pitch that I always had, but just saying 1,000.
It's the only difference.
And it was like the self-image didn't quite align yet. So I was like, it's $1,000 for 4 months. The first dude was like, yeah, Vince, I'm going to get back to you, bro. I'm going to talk to some people. The second dude, I was like, yo, it's $1,000 for 4 months. He was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I was like, yes, let's fucking go.
Hold on, let me find the link.
Bro, I genuinely did that on call. This motherfucker got spooked. He was like, oh, fuck, what the hell? Like, I scared him off. I was like, shit. But then the first guy came back and he was like, Vince, I talked to my mom and my dad. Oh, we'll do it. What's the wire info? I was like, oh shit. And then it's just so game changing because I feel like the loophole never ends. You're kind of like, oh shit, if I could close $1,000 deal, you know, then it takes a few months to get used to that. Then you're like, okay, let me try 2,000 now. Then it's 4,000, then 10,000, then 25, then fucking 50, then 100.
It takes the same amount of effort to close someone at $100 that does it close for 10,000. So you might as well go high. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's a mix too, right? Because your self-image has to match your price point. So there's been times where like I didn't feel confident pitching maybe 10K because I hadn't self-developed enough yet. Like I'm 19 years old. Like, but if you make that climb evenly, then it's like a game changer, bro. A lot of people don't know because, you know, we talk about like marketing, the lifestyle stuff, the cool things. All those things have almost justified me being able to raise my price point. It's like when I first had a i8, then I felt comfortable selling at $1,000. When I first got a Huracan, then I felt more comfortable selling at like maybe like 5K. When I first got an SVJ, that was when I whipped out the 10K price point. And I was like, yeah, I'm worth 10K now. When I got the Scion, that was my 100K price point to people that had big followings and stuff. So it's really funny on the back end how like, I don't know, I feel like there's different opinions on you know, maybe enjoying your life, buying nice things. But I feel like anything that boosts your self-image is the best investment you could possibly have.
You know what? I mean, I have a funny thing about that. I mean, if you're financially illiterate, it can really backfire on you buying stupid shit. You got to stack your cash to the ceiling first. And then buy something. But it does force you to level up because it puts you, you know, more pressure. I think invest in mentorship first. You know what I mean? And then once you do that numerous times and you can buy at least 2 Lambos, then buy it. You know, someone like you, it's different. Like you're a nutcase. You know, you're the 1% crazy where if you spend all your money on some stupid thing right now, you'd make it back. You know, but a lot of people won't. So you have to know yourself. Like,
you got to know yourself.
You got to know yourself, man. Everybody's kind of different. But for someone to make like their first, you know, 10 grand a month and just spill it on a car is stupid. You know what I mean?
I mean, of course, like I've spent 350 to 400,000 now on like self-development and mentors. So I'm not just buying like the thing. Obviously I'm learning too. But like you said, the most important thing is knowing yourself. For me, it was like, no matter what traditional advice I heard, I just knew whether or not I'd pull it off. Like my hometown looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, you're moving to Miami now? Now you're buying like this car that you don't need. I'm like, nah. Like, you know what's good for you, right? Like, and to some degree, I feel like I could sit here and say confidently, I wouldn't be doing the numbers I'm doing if I didn't put that stress on myself though. Because I've done some stupid ass shit, especially early on. When I bought my first like sports car that was, I mean, I made 100K and spent fucking 80,000 of it.
Right.
Absolutely dumb surface
Made
level.
it back though.
And then, yeah, you make it back. But now I'm realizing, you know, when you get to like hypercar level, there's not that much exponential return that you're going to get, right? If you buy, I don't know, fucking 3.5 million, you're probably not, you know, I didn't see a crazy revenue jump or anything like that. So it's just finding out your stopping point too. But I feel like it is good to be financially literate. And the best thing that I feel like any online coach watching this could learn is cash flow management.
Right.
Because that's where I see guys get wiped out of the game.
Yeah.
You know, you see people come and go in the space, and I think budgets are bullshit. Budgeting is pretty much bullshit because there's unexpected shit that pops up. You never know. But cash flow management, you know, a lot of guys, they'll come into the space and they'll make 300,000, but then they're not accounting for the 30% that goes to sales team. If you have your managers, your setters, your closers, they're not accounting for the ad spend that they put on. If they have an agency fee too, there's that. Yeah. And then they're spending like they have 300,000 when really it might be like 100, 150.
Right.
Right, and that's even been a trap that I've fallen into. But as soon as I had the right older people, that like, Vince, you know, you got to do this, but 30, that's a separate account. That's a separate account. You know, you got this account for that. Yeah. That was when I was like, okay, I can build now, and you got to trust you, right? Like, I don't know about you. I don't have any vices. I don't really get drunk. I don't really like smoke weed. I'm not really like clubbing. I'm not really lost in the sauce. I'm like introverted, me and my girl, my dog, right? Yeah. And I'm sitting at my desk in the living room. Yeah. So I know very well, like, you know, the moves I'm going to make and what I'm going to do. Right. But there's unexpected moments too. Like if I were to open up too, bro, I had my processors get shut down for 3 weeks. This is after I bought the hypercar too. Like
which one?
All of them. Oh. All the processors went down, and it was
no. I mean, which car?
Oh, the Scion. Bro.
Okay. Oh, so, that was recent.
Yeah.
Shit.
So when I got the Scion, my sales team left.
Yeah.
Processing went down. Yeah. There's the attacks on my name. Yeah. But I always have the faith and the optimism of this is just God strengthening me to become the next level version of myself. Yeah. So I'm always grateful for challenges because you'll have phases where it's just everything's too damn perfect. And I found myself to be sad in those phases. I'm like, making money, traveling. It gets boring as shit. So when I had these challenges, I'm like, cool, sales team left, boom. Get a new team, nothing can stop me. Yeah. Boom, processing goes down. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. I did not fucking foresee that problem. Yeah. We got it fixed though, boom, processing back up. You got the attacks on the name, boom. Now, if I didn't have my fucking war chest, would have been wiped out. Right. So it's really important to have the literacy. This is gonna sound very, very dumb if you're new to the game, but I feel like everybody watching this should get a safe. Not even just stock market, not even just Robinhood, like just get a safe and have a war chest where maybe for your numbers, you know, you got to know what your numbers are. Maybe every 2K you slap it in there. Go to the bank, boom, slap it. Maybe for you it's 10K. If you're at 100,000 a month, you're slapping it in there and just act like it doesn't exist. Because I don't know about the people watching this, but me, especially early on, if it's in some type of account on my phone, that shit's getting spent. That's getting spent, bro. Yeah. You know, so it's that's one thing that one of my mentors told me, and I was like, wait, well, I shouldn't.
It's actually really true.
Yeah,
I never touch my cash.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I shouldn't invest it. Well, what if I put it in the S&P? And he's like, Vince, just get the damn safe. I was like, okay, cool. And that was pretty much how I stacked my first M, just in a fucking safe, penthouse, Glock, fucking dog, you know, cash.
You had an M in there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and when it's in hundreds though, it's not really like as much as you think. It's not like if it's in 20s and 50s, bro, you're cooked. But yeah, like I don't want to say saving, because saving doesn't make you successful, but just a war chest, right? Of like money needs to be looked at like ammo, you know, like, and especially since we're in the game of business, we're gonna get a better return on something like ad spend. Maybe something like even a podcast session, than we are like putting it into a stock or something like that. If you're starting out. Right. If you're starting out. But what do you feel like is the best, I guess, financial literacy piece of advice you could give the people watching this?
I wouldn't consider myself financially literate advanced. You know, I'm not like an investor or anything like that. My best suggestion is just invest in yourself. The problem is not saving. The problem is not making more money to where if any issue does happen, it just doesn't matter. It's like your Stripe account or whatever got shut down, but you had so much money, it was kind of irrelevant. It sucked, obviously, probably costed you a little bit, but you found a solution. Invest your money to make more money. Don't. So many people want to like hold on to your money like it's never going to come back. But that's the whole reason why you're stuck, is because you're not investing to learn how to make more money. So invest into your skills, because your skills are going to be the highest, return on investment versus anything, stocks, crypto. Those things could make you rich long term, but short term, you got to rely on skills such as brand building, marketing, sales. Those are going to be your stock market. Those are going to be your treasure chest at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, like if someone robbed everything you had, the cars, the money, you'd be able to build it tomorrow. You'd be able to make another $1 million in a month or so because you have the skills. You know what I mean? That's like your armor is your skills.
Yeah, skills is always number one, bro. That's what you have to fall back on. But like, there's an alternate reality version of me. There's an alternate reality version of you. There's a version of me that, let's just say, never invested in mentors, never invested in presentation or personal brand, and put everything into the S&P 500. I guarantee you that guy is still making $10,000 a month. I'd be a normal 22-year-old making maybe $10K a month, which is good. But I wouldn't have done anything great, if I didn't take those risks, those leaps of faith. So like successful people, we all have this similar mindset where we think in terms of opportunity cost. We don't think in terms of what we're losing investing into a mentor or investing into our personal brand. We think what we're losing if we didn't invest. Right? Because if you never invested in the mentor that got you to $10,000 a month, if I never invested in the mentor that got me to $10,000 a month, I mean, bro, we would have lost millions of dollars in the long term, even if we stayed at that same amount. So like, that's the biggest thing. When I see people who are my age, like 22, and I'm sitting across on the Zoom and we're in completely different scenarios, I'm going, bro, we're no different. The only difference is our mental patterns. I was like, bro, whether you decide to work with me or you don't, like, please understand what I'm saying. If you don't want to be stuck at the same damn gas station or car wash or wherever, you have to understand these things. And it really does. The transformation's always mental first before you see the result externally. But yeah, bro, I mean, that stuff is super important because we know that coaching is a cash cow. Like coaching, you're going to get cash in. I feel like knowing where to put it is so important too, and not a lot of people talk about that. I wouldn't consider myself to be the craziest investor either. My investments are, I've invested some private equity into some payment processors I really like and friends that I have. I've invested into this new software that we're building. I've sat down, I'm thinking about doing some real estate projects, crypto stuff I tried, but like, what's your return on ad spend? Like, what's been your best return on ad spend?
I have had like 20, 30x returns.
So like, what I mean? Like, Bitcoin might double in a year, but if you had a 20, 30 return on ad spend, like where's the money best put? Not a lot of people.
Cash flow, bro. You need cash flow before you invest into investments. It's a no-brainer because investments don't always work out the way you want them to. So if they crash, at least you have cash flow. It's like, all right, I lost 100 grand on this house that I purchased, but I'm making 100 profit per month. So it's like, fuck it. Just scratch the house, maybe lose 30, 40 grand and still have cash flow. Cash flow is king, like Cardone says. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta have cash flow, bro. And
it's just like, you need to have a plan that aligns with your goals and your time frame. If my goals and time frame were to be like 60 years old and to have 5 million, I'm gonna buy the place that I live. I'm gonna invest into like, just real estate. I might not go so heavy into the business side. Now, if my plan is 100 million in fucking 4 years, like it is, like there's gonna be a lot of offense that doesn't even involve traditional stuff. Like I said, I could sit down with an entire real estate brokerage. You could tell me the building that we're gonna put our money into, but when I see like 3 years, then you get 7% a year, and then after that you're waiting on the appreciation, and once you exit, then like we gotta have something that's a little bit quicker. Even crypto. It's like crypto, like, you can get 100%, some moonshots, but like people get rich from businesses.
First.
Businesses first. Like that. I sat down with a billionaire, bro, Justice Parmar. This was like 2 days ago. And he said the same thing. He was working at Wendy's before. And he's like, I had to have a plan that aligned with my goals and my time frame. And for me, it wasn't anything else that anybody was saying. And that's important too. I feel like we should talk about this as well. Because there's stuff that you can invest in that will get you a return. Maybe like you could say one car might help. But like what I've noticed over time is if I'm sacrificing cash flow, but I'm investing into an asset that depreciates, it's not smart.
It's not.
It's tough, bro. It's really hard because every single car that I had, I lost money on. Bro, I lost like over $500,000 in cars until I got cars that were 1 to 900, 1 to 63. And I found like a little loophole. Like we know watches, for example, might not lose a fuck ton of value. So it's really about thinking like, let me get my cash flow, then let me get my, you know, either stagnation or appreciation.
Yeah.
And it's really tough, bro, because some guys, I don't know, they blow money on like clubs and shit, or they'll buy like a car way too expensive and they know it's gonna fuck them over. So you got to be smart on the back end. I always say I'm like the smartest reckless spender. Yeah. I'm gonna spend reckless, but at the same time, there's ways to do it that don't fuck you up too bad. Outside of just, let's just say personal development alone, what do you feel like is, you know, somebody who's an online coach should be focused on? Like they know they need to invest in mentors. They've invested, let's say they're making 10K a month or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even 100. Like where do you feel like they should be thinking now or mindset wise?
Mindset wise, how can we 10X this?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
offense.
you're not safe at 10K. 10K is dog shit money these days. That's like what $50,000 a year was back then. Now with inflation, you are not safe, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you're just not safe. You need to hit at least 50 grand a month to really live a decent lifestyle. So how can you at least 5 to 10X that? How can you start automating things? Because if not, you're just going to be stuck in another glorified 9 to 5. Like, yeah, you're making 10 grand a month, but how hard are you working by yourself as a one-man band camp? You know, because some people will get stuck at 10K. We've had guys who hit 10K their first month, 10K their second month, like 20, 30K their third month. And we're like, hey, you know, here's the next steps to get to 50 grand a month. And most people say yes to us, but some of them are like, I just want to hoard my cash. And it's like, dude, it's costing you. So it's like the opportunity cost is costing you way more. And you're going to get bottlenecked by fulfillment. You're going to get bottlenecked by like just being in the DMs all day by yourself versus, you know, you can literally go on vacation every month at 50K a month with a team. You know what I'm saying? While you're making more money, even though you have more expenses.
Yeah. I feel like now too, bro, with the reels that bro, I scroll every 3 reels of some 17-year-old that made 100K a month, or like some 21-year-old that's making $1 million a month. 10K is like the new goddamn minimum wage almost, bro.
100K is like the new 10K offer.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro. I don't know what it is too. Like, bro, I've never seen more people making $1 million a month too. Now, we're not saying that with like a hating standpoint. I just think like success inflation is growing, bro. If somebody tells me they're making a certain amount of number, my mind doesn't discredit them. Maybe some people fluff, but my mind doesn't go, oh, well, he's not. No, I'm like, hell yeah, bro, good for him.
Yeah.
How do I do the same exact thing?
Right.
And that's a mindset most people don't have. But yeah, I mean, you're not safe at 10K a month, bro. I mean, it's crazy to say, depending on the lifestyle you're living too. If you want a lifestyle where you have like a nice car, you have a high rise, I'm a work hard, play hard type of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've enjoyed a lot of my life, and I think, you know, there's some opinions online, people even more successful than me might say, well, don't spend it that stupid. Bro, if it makes you happy, if it raises your self-image, that's an investment in quality of life.
Yeah.
And then you don't know when you're gonna fucking disappear, bro. You know, you look at people, like, I don't even want to say names specifically, some people in Miami that might pass away from a tragic accident or something. Now, is that guy stupid for living in the penthouse with a pool on the balcony and driving the supercars and going to clubs and enjoying his life? Is that stupid? Are we just humans on a fucking floating rock, and sometimes it's good to enjoy? So it's a little bit of a mix. Like, I always advise people, like, enjoy your life, plan for the future, but God's the ultimate planner. Yeah. You don't know when this shit's gonna be wiped out or anything like that. I've even had health shit myself that made me think like, damn, oh shit.
Yeah.
And in those times, I wasn't thinking about how much I just hoarded or stashed to the side. I was like, if I went out now, it was a fucking good run. It was a good run.
It's all about creating epic stories, man. My last YouTube video was actually about, you know, why I paid $276,000 cash for this Lamborghini. And I look at it as stacking trophies. It's like another trophy on the shelf. Like I got the Tucama Club Award. I got the Lamborghini. It's like, what else can we show as business owners? We can say, yeah, I made millions of dollars, but what's actual pure evidence, like tangible evidence, is like Tucama. You can't disregard that, right? It's like your Lamborghini. You can't fucking disregard that, right? And it's
They
like
try
in your videos. I know, it's hilarious.
They try to, bro.
You're like, Guys, I've rented this for 365 days straight. It's more expensive than buying it, you dumb fucks. It's like, bro, like, you think someone's really gonna rent this shit just to look cool?
Yeah,
You are so stupid, bro. Yeah.
It's funny, bro. It's funny because I have a video from like August.
Yeah.
And it was somebody like, well, why do you rent where you live? I was like, hey, listen, here's the math behind it. If I put 300,000 down on this place, I'd pay more monthly. I'd have HOA fees now. I'd have bullshit like that. I'm younger, so the loan isn't going to be as efficient as somebody who's older.
I rent too, bro. So
so I made that video, and then another video comes out of me, an exposed video. Vincent rents where he lives. I'm like, how is this an exposed if you took a clip that I posted?
Yeah,
that's on a podcast or a video, repeated what I said, and then But I think it goes back to what we said about mentality. The people that don't believe they can get there too will try to discredit. I saw a quote this morning, and it pretty much said, hating is free, and that's why broke people do it so much. You know, I had my building hates me. You know what I mean? Like we'll make some videos with the cars. We're like, hey, listen, okay, we can't film here. Okay, we'll go outside. But the building owner, I don't know, my girl was like, I don't like that the valet was saying mean things. I was like, Ksenia, it's a minimum wage worker that sees us drive 4.5 million in cars past them every single day. Yeah. Of course, we're polite to them, but after a certain point, they're just going to be like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing you can really do about it. But it's so much harder to focus the higher you climb because there's so much more hate. Yeah. Right? Like every 3 reels, I see a video of me. You know what I mean? It's some hate of it. So like it's a test from God though, because I have to still remain focused. I have to not get too soaked into the drama, the bullshit, defending myself. And I have to just go, you know what? They're going to talk, but I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I just got to keep grinding, you know? So
the way I look at it, bro, is like, I don't ever let them make me feel bad. I don't have a brand as big as yours, but of course I get the fucking assholes who always call me a Diddy and this and that, you know, the famous Diddier out there. But the way I look at it is like, I feel bad for them. You know, because the reality is that their ego just cannot stomach the fact that we won the whole entire race before their fat ass got off the couch. And so the only thing they can do is blame it on you being a scammer or a faker or renting the cars. That's the only thing their ego will allow to accept instead of just go getting it themselves. They don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, I think you could make anybody look bad if you highlight somebody's worst moments, right? Like, I don't know, if somebody were to hate on you or hate on me, you're just going to scroll past the 12 filled client wins highlights that we have and we're somehow magical scammer. Like, it's just, they know. I mean, at nighttime, they know too that, you know, they're.
It's society's fault too, bro. It's because they're trained from a kid to learn from their parents who are broke. Like, I don't know about you, but my parents are broke.
Yeah.
And we're taught by schools to do shit that keeps us broke and to go in one lane. So anything outside of that lane is a scam or bullshit or whatever it is, versus the school should be teaching us marketing, sales, entrepreneurship, or at least give that opportunity to. So everybody's going to think it's BS because they just haven't experienced it. They're not trained.
And that's indoctrination too. I spoke with the billionaire, like I said, about this, and I was like, do you think it's an accident that people are come out of the system with this mindset? He was like, no.
They make money.
He was like, no, they make money too, and then after money is power.
Yeah.
You know, like if you were to hypnotize, if you wanted to take over an entire nation, why wouldn't you start with the younger kids who are susceptible to programming? Right. And why not get them from the age that they're 5 to like the age that they're 18 and they come out, you know, obviously with a certain way of life. I was a high school dropout. So was this
Me too.
This guy, you as well. Now we're just naturally not going to have 4 years of indoctrination and teachers telling us that this other way is some magical myth or scam. But I remember looking at my teachers in class. I was like, no offense to them, I don't want to live that life. I just don't want to sit behind a desk. If I had to do that, I'd want to off myself.
Yeah.
And it was nothing against them personally, but it was just like, I felt like the path I was going down was the scam, right? I have to spend 6 figures now to get a fucking art degree or some shit, to learn how to make minimum wage, to spend 4 to 6 years to pay off my student loan debt, then get an average car, work at an average job till I'm 65 and then retire. My grandparents did the American, they're struggling with money too. I'm like, wait, that's a false promise then. Like there's no way that makes sense. And then you see the different way of living. And my mom used to say the same. My mom used to be like, rich people are evil and this, that, and they get rich by taking and this, and there's no reason somebody should have a Rolls Royce and, you know, somebody should be homeless. And, you know, like, it's just what you hear growing up. And I just knew, I was like, my mom doesn't even believe this shit. She's just saying it because now my mom, if you were to see her, she'd be like, oh yeah, it's amazing what these people are doing for society. The principle that woke me up and saved my life, bro, is the amount of money you make will always be in direct correlation to the service you provide.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that falls off of that, it'll come and go. But the people that we see that are super successful, that are making handsome profits, have had handsome service, bro.
Yeah.
Like how are you gonna hate on somebody like Jeff Bezos when you use Amazon every day?
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
I mean, the fastest way to get rich is helping others. And so if you look at like the best mentorships, like you said, they keep customers long-term. Because a lot of these new kids that like join our programs, they don't realize we don't make that much money from them on the front end, honestly.
Yeah.
We make money by them continuing on. So it's in our best interest that they get the best result possible so that we can retain 40, 50% of them so they keep paying us. So like, I want to get you the fucking result because I want to make money and I want to see you make money. That's where the real money's made, is clients continuing to pay you. Like if you're thinking long-term, you know what I mean?
Then the something for nothing mentality. People are gonna watch this and go, oh, well, if you cared, you'd do it for free. No, that's not how the world works, right? Like money and service go hand in hand. As much as I want to help people,
we do it for free. Right now, we're doing it for free.
That's dope. Explain that to the viewers watching.
I mean, literally, if you go to my YouTube, you can make 10 grand a month. But the problem is not information, it's implementation. But if you go to my YouTube, my school, or if you even just talk to us, we'll give you the whole entire course for free. I guarantee you don't make money. It's a placebo effect, dude. As soon as you invest, you're bought in. You're not fucking dabbling anymore. You're all in. And just like a lot of people know what to do, they just need to be told what to do. It's like, I know if my fat ass goes to the gym, I eat healthier. Like I'm not completely shredded right now, but I know how to get shredded. I got first place in a bodybuilding competition, but my fat ass doesn't do it. But if I hire a fitness coach, you bet your ass I'm gonna do it. If I pay him 5, 10 grand, you know, I can't pay 2 grand because it's not gonna do too much for me. If I pay a fitness coach 10 grand, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'll just do what the fuck you say. So it's like a placebo effect. Just get you all in because the information, bro, it's in school, it's in YouTube, and you guys are still broke. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny, bro. I actually paid like a YouTube coach $20,000. And I didn't even do it, bro. Like it's funny how money like fucks your head up.
It's not enough for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be enough, and that's why we push people to sell high ticket, because if somebody buys, like when I was selling $50 PDFs, bro, probably like half, if that, would actually do it. Because you paid $50. Like, you know how much struggle the gym takes, like how much showing up when you don't want to go takes. Like same thing with education. If somebody were to give you something, I don't know, for $50, like you'd kind of intrinsically know, like, I'm not gonna value this as much as something that's paid. But yeah, bro, it's pretty dope too. I'll plug you in after this, bro. We have access to the same funding that colleges use, like student loans, which is pretty dope. Is pretty dope. So it's pretty much free up front for them, and then as they implement over time, they pay. So it's cool. it's a dope way around it too. But I feel like in the online coaching game, a pattern I'm seeing, like we saw Alex Hormozi make $100 million in a weekend.
Wild.
We know Dave Ramsey makes $10 million a month.
Does he really?
Alex Hormozi said, yeah. Now these guys don't get called scammers. You know, for the most part. They still do, but like Dave Ramsey, probably not. Like zero, damn near. Alex Hormozi, he mentioned this of Dave Ramsey, and I said, shit, that's the way to sell now. The way to sell in a trust recession is to not sell. It's kind of like Alex Hormozi did a book launch, and we'll go, oh, well, I don't sell any info, anything like that. It makes $100 million, not from just the book, the info, right? A Dave Ramsey will go, I mean, how do you argue with somebody saying to budget? Really can't. And then on the back end, there's marketing as well. So I haven't decided yet if I want to do something like that.
I think you should.
Or I want to be transparent. I mean, I know there's more profit in saying it the other way, but yeah, who knows? I don't know. But what are your thoughts on that? On diverting it a little bit?
Just giving it all away for free, like the value and the.
I mean, in a sense, because I mean, I have a lot of free stuff too. But like, I mean, putting the spin on it where it's not necessarily info. Like I could sit here and tell the camera, I don't sell courses, I do mentorship. But it's kind of this, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing. I feel like everybody in the game is trying to leave from a bad motto to like a good motto. But I feel like I'd rather just say, like, you know, colleges are courses, right? Every single business, if you want to scale, they have a course on how to franchise and grow that way. But I don't know. It's in between.
What exactly are you asking me though?
What I'm asking is, like, what do you feel like is the best
system to get people results?
I guess marketing angle. If we were to talk about like back end, let's say to like a fitness coach, should they be saying they're a fitness coach or should they spin it?
That's a tough question, man. I think the niche and the content you're giving, like you said, I mean, there's clear evidence that what you're doing is working 700K months. It's like just having your content actually shift their belief already is valuable to me. Like may not be strategically valuable, but like changing your mindset through your content. If your content's that fucking good and you're building trust, it's just like people just need to get to know you, like you, and trust you through one way or another, whether it's through actually doing something for free that gets them a result or just feeling like they're connected to you. It seems like the way you're going is like they just feel so connected to you that they already trust you. And some people maybe more like myself. I actually do talk about my story a lot and shit, but I try to give a lot of like strategy away for free to build value because of what Hormozi says. So I think it could work either way. It just depends on, your evidence, like what you don't have to give the strategy away for free and it works.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because if I were to take like an example, like even Alex Hormozi, and I feel like a lot of people misunderstand this, especially that are starting out and they don't get the results they want. Alex Hormozi isn't Alex Hormozi because he gives free value. Not even to talk about anybody, but he's Alex Hormozi because he gives free value and he's an amazing marketer with irresistible offers like one you have of giving it away for free. So there's a mix, right? Like a lot of people I see that are just kind of like, I'm going to make tips and tricks. And I'm going to not advertise and not do the things that are required. And then they fall short. I'd argue you need both, right? You need you need that degree of the free value, then you need the degree where you are a killer marketer as well, and that's how these people are gonna crush it in the online game. Like I said, like one thing that I'll see, especially with people that already have some motion, maybe they're making 5-10K a month, it's always a more why, less how type of thing. I'll have guys that come to me and they have these try this workout, and here's 3 foods. But when I tell them like, hey, this isn't going to resonate with who you're trying to sell to, if your dream customer isn't even in the gym, the last thing he wants to hear is about cutting up broccoli.
Right.
What you need to do is sell him on why the gym's even beneficial in the first place. You need to sell the desired outcome. You need to stab their pain points and hit that emotion that really sells. So it's kind of like a mix in between of that,
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't take in consideration is that Hormozi did sell his ass off before he went to free value. He built a $100 million business,
which is dope.
Which gave him so much money to play around with, to invest into like media, like YouTube, webinars, whatever the fuck he does for free, that it just like overwhelmed the market. So it was easy for him to like just push stuff because he has like a massive team, he has experience, but he sold his ass off before he went to like the free route. That's I think some people forget that too, that he has a ton of cash to.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think if you have a percentage-based model where it's kind of like it's kind of like, you could call it VC almost. Like the model is investing into businesses that are already doing good, and maybe you split equity or et cetera. When that heavily outperforms your info, you kind of don't need info anymore, I feel like. So that's my goal with software. So like I mentioned to you in the gym the other day, I'm building the next like Trainerize almost. Right. And my goal is to grow that so much that when I don't really need info, like let's say software is worth 50 million, 100 million, let's say info might be, I don't know, still doing good. But when this number heavily outweighs this number, I might be like, join the software, I'll give you the blueprint for free. And that's the pattern that we see. If you look at like a Russell Brunson.
Go high level.
Yeah. Russell Brunson, go high level. Alex Becker too, started with info. I feel like it's the most suitable path to 9 figures.
If you're talking big numbers like that, you have to. I don't think you could take a coaching business to like 9 figures. If you do, you have to be like literally like a Russell Brunson.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, you got to have
there's a few. Andy Elliott's done it. Tony Robbins has done it. Grant Cardone's done it.
Yeah.
But you're talking about these big faces that are out there. You could say Alex Hormozi too. But the reason software is so good is, and this is
sticky.
Yeah, this is even another, I guess, financial literacy piece of game. When I sat down with this billionaire, he was like, look at the Forbes richest people in the world. Their net worth isn't cash flow. Their net worth is equity. Right. So Elon Musk isn't making $500 billion a year. Right. He's a $500 billion company. The company does significantly less than that a year. So the thing that I've noticed is these equity businesses don't even have maybe as crazy cash flow as coaching, but their multiples are so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I don't know, have you taken this route too, where to make something sellable, which businesses like ours are, it has to be not too heavily associated with your personal brand, which is the tough part. So do you feel like with this stage of growth you're in, are you making it bigger than just you?
Trying to think of ways to do that. And it's kind of similar to what you're saying is with the software. And I think that's probably like the next route for me.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty unrealistic to sell a personal brand business based on just what I've learned from Mosey. Like nobody wants to buy a business that's attached to the face. Like if you can't separate the man from the actual company, it's just not sellable. Maybe $1,000 they'll give you. Like there's one guy in our space that was running a pretty big coaching company, and supposedly like it was a 7-8 figure company, and he sold it for like 10 grand. He's like, I couldn't sell it. I was attached to it. There's just no way. You got to have like attached to tech, like you said, or there's got to be like something tangible, like almost tangible, where people can get something without your face being attached.
Yeah, I think the biggest way to do it though is to take, your client wins of people that you have making $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. Maybe have them do some ad creatives too.
Yeah, you should be doing that anyways, because especially now with the Andromeda update, it favors diversity, creative diversity, and that's why like I have AI ads running right now.
Damn,
they're doing pretty good.
So like AI you, or what is the AI?
No, it's not even me. It's just like some hot girl.
Shit. Damn, that's nuts. Girl. Yeah, is it kind of like yeah. I mean, that's fucking crazy, bro.
So I'll take whatever creatives that are working for me that I'm saying word for word, maybe change a couple little things and like create 5 AIs. You can use like Hey Gen. There's like a couple. There's a bunch of different ones, and they seem really, really, really real. Like me and you would tell, but the average person probably won't tell, and it's getting good cost per lead, cost per call, CAC. It's performing just as good as Eric. I'm like, oh shit.
But that's sellable, bro. Like that makes it. I mean, if you have creatives that don't depend on you, you have back end, setting, close, the sales doesn't depend on you specifically, and then the fulfillment doesn't depend on you.
Yeah,
bro. I think my goal is exactly like we see. Like we know Alex Hormozi exited Gym Launch.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's doable.
A part of me wants to go general, but I'm like, I'm not going to go general. I'm going to have a fat, undeniable exit where somebody's like, damn, okay, I can't call. What am I going to say about this guy now?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like building that portfolio. You have your education side, you have the software side, and then even deeper infrastructure. Like what I've noticed about billionaires, I'll study like the world's most successful people. They're always big on infrastructure. So like the next step below software would be owning data centers of like what the software functions off of. This guy that I was telling you that was a billionaire, bro, owns uranium mines.
Wow.
Because they fuel the energy of the economy.
That's wild.
And it's like they climb their way deeper
level.
And deeper. You know, because you think Jeff Bezos is still just Amazon.
Yeah.
Bro, when that Amazon AWS outage went, a lot of businesses stopped working, and softwares, my damn Zapier, my Go High level was down. Like, and then you think of like Larry Ellison owns the damn, did a deal with OpenAI and kind of fuels them too. Elon Musk even is like a data company. You'd think it's just the cars. So it's really interesting to hear. But there's an endless loophole. I feel like somebody who's making $10,000 a month watching it's like, yo, what the fuck? But you just got to think bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to think bigger. And I feel like the reason we even see these examples of successful people in our realities is because to some degree, everybody's capable of achieving it.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Just, do they have big enough balls to do it?
Yeah. Gotta live life with no limits. But I want you to plug that in. Where can they learn from you? I don't even have some shit like that. You said he could give you the whole blueprint for free. Where can they follow you and learn that, bro?
Yeah, I mean, on YouTube, I have a whole free course. We give away SOPs, DM scripts, sales scripts, even like the follower funnel strategy, the ManyChat strategy, all the way for free. It's just Erik Anthony. Instagram is eric.anthony23. You can just find anything there, message me, whatever you want to message me that you need help with, and we'll send you whatever you want for free.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, most people who win are going to invest. They're going to learn from us. We're not just like teaching them or, working hands-on with them, creating the systems for them. It's kind of like a done for you, done with you system. But hey, by all means, you could try it on your own and go through the guesswork,
Dope, bro, dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You guys can get me too, Vincent Fischer _ Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But bro, it's been dope. It's been a dope ass podcast, bro.
For sure, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Let's get it, bro.